Hello students, once again welcome you all in my class. We are discussing about the application of Gauss theorem. Applications of Gauss theorem. Today we will study the second application of Gauss theorem, in which we will obtain an expression for the electric field due to a thin, uniformly charged, infinite plane sheet, non-conducting. Suppose this is a plane sheet at which the charges are uniformly distributed and it is infinite sheet. Now, as it is infinite sheet, so practically it is not possible to draw a Gaussian surface around it. So what happens here? For the calculation of Gauss theorem, we have to obtain a closed Gaussian surface. For the sake of simplicity, we will obtain a Gaussian surface in the form of a cylindrical surface. How? Suppose we have to calculate electric field at this point, like this. So we draw a Gaussian surface like this, cylindrical surface like this. But this side is closed side. It is considered as open till now. So to close the Gaussian surface, we take another glass like this, and now this is the cylindrical Gaussian surface for the positively charged sheet, like this. Now the Gaussian surface consists three sections. One, plane surface, end cap. Second, curved surface. Third, this side, end cap. So let us draw the figure. Suppose this is the sheet. Place vertically like this. Charges are uniformly distributed over the sheet. Consider a small section having surface area S like this. This is the surface area of the section. Suppose this is S. Now we draw the Gaussian surface like this. Suppose P is the point of observation. So we draw cylinder this side up to this point. R is the distance of the point of observation from the sheet. To close the Gaussian surface, we complete the cylinder this side also. Like this. Now, as discussed earlier, it has three sections. Section number 1, end cap, plane surface. Section number 2, section number 1, this one. section number 2 cut surface, section number 3 this surface, section number 3 and cap plane surface. Now what happens? We know that the electric field line from plane sheet, they will be normally outward like this. Electric field line normally outward like this. Electric field line are normally outward for this sheet like this. So it is very much clear that these electric field line, they passes through the end cap from surface number 1 and surface number 2. There will be no contribution of cut surface for the calculation of electric flux. Okay, let us check the angle between the area vector and the electric field vector. At this point, suppose we have taken a small area element ds. Here ds vector will be normally outward like this. ds vector normally outward like this. Electric field vector in the same direction. Electric field vector in the same direction, in the direction of ds vector like this. Suppose this is the sheet in my hand and electric field line, it passes through this surface. So the angle between them is theta equal to 0 degree. Angle between the electric field vector and area vector is 0 degree at surface or face number 1. For the second surface, cut surface, this is the direction of ds vector like this. ds vector like this, and field lines are coming like this. From the sheet, field lines are coming like this. So the angle between them is 90 degree. Electric field line. For the surface number 2, angle between them is 90 degree. Likewise, surface number 1, surface 3 has the same situation. Electric field from the sheet normally outward, from the sheet normally outward, and area vector also normally outward like this. Suppose this is the sheet and electric field line like this, and this is the area vector. Now once again we can divide the whole Gaussian surface into 3 sections. Section number 1, at which the angle between the electric field vector and area vector is 0 degree. Section number 2, cut surface, angle between the electric field vector and area vector is 90 degree. And section number 3, again situation is same as section number 1, angle is 0 degree. Okay, clear? Now we'll use Gauss theorem for the calculation of electric field. What is Gauss theorem? The net electric flux linked through a closed surface is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the closed Gaussian surface. So we can write phi equal to q by epsilon naught, or we may write phi. Okay, mathematically we can write E dot ds for the whole surface equal to q by epsilon naught Now we have the simple calculation. We can divide this section into three parts. One, E dot ds for section number 1. Second, E dot ds for cut surface. Third, E dot ds for the end cap left side equal to q by epsilon naught. Angle between electric field energy reactor for the section number 1 and section number 3, 0, 90. So we can write E ds cos 0 degree plus E ds cos 90 degree, these two, plus E ds cos 0 degree equal to q by epsilon naught. Now simple calculation. E ds cos 0 is 1 plus 0 E ds equal to q by epsilon naught. 2 times of E ds equal to q by epsilon naught. Now simply we can write two E into S equal to q by epsilon naught. Now what is q? What is q here? Q is the net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Let surface charge density of the sheet is sigma. So sigma equal to q by s. Surface charge density equal to charge per unit surface area. So charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, q equal to sigma into s. This is the charge enclosed by the cylindrical Gaussian surface we have considered. So we may write 2e into s equal to sigma into s divided by epsilon naught. By simple calculation, we will get E equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. This is the expression for the electric field due to a thin, uniformly charged, non-conducting infinite plane sheet. This expression gives an important result. Think over it. It is very much clear then electric field due to a sheet depends only on the surface charge density and not on the distance of point of observation R. Near in the vicinity of the sheet, the electric field is uniform near the sheet. Now we can draw the electric field line. Suppose we have positively charged sheet. Then electric field due to sheet will be normally outward. Like this. Suppose this is sheet in my hand. These are the electric field line normally outward for the positively charged sheet. If the charge sheet is negative, then again we can draw the line, electric field line. Suppose the charge sheet is negative, then the direction of electric field due to negatively charged sheet. That's all for the electric field due to a thin uniformly charged sheet. See you again in the next application. Till then, all the best.